Here are 5 standout tools that I think every freelancer needs to try. Number 1, quickly create a website with Framer. Framer is one of my favorite tools right now. It helps you create web pages with text, links, media, and animations with absolutely no code needed, and you can publish your site with a single click. It's basically the easiest way to create a responsive website right now. Now, there is a small learning curve, but if you've been using auto layout already in Figma, if you're a designer, you've been using auto layout, I think this will be much easier for you to pick up. Speaking of Figma, there's a pretty simple plugin that allows you to just copy and paste your design from Figma right into Framer. It literally is magic. Okay, now imagine this. Let's say you're a freelance photographer. How cool would it be to be able to send your client a link with a simple personalized website with all the photos that you've taken and that you designed and launched yourself without the need of any developer? You can control the branding, the images, the color, everything that's on there so it looks very personalized to that client. That's what Framer will allow you to do, and that will make you stand out a lot as a freelancer because other people won't be doing that. They might have their own site with their own personal branding, but imagine if you mix your branding with the client's branding. The clients remember that. You want ways to connect with the client, and I think Framer allows you to do that, allows anyone to do that rather easily. Find an all-in-one platform like Contra. When you become a freelancer, no matter what service you're providing, you now need to do the job of multiple people. I think we all understand that. You're the CEO, project manager, accountant, the head of marketing, the actual designer, photographer, whatever service you're providing, and even the janitor of your own space. Being a freelancer is a heavy job. It is a heavy task to take on. So you often hear people tell you that you have to be organized to be a freelancer. Let me tell you, I am the least organized person, and it doesn't hold me back one bit. We're all going to freelance a little bit differently, and not everyone can handle the unknowns or even the freedom. That can even be stressful to people. Tools like Contra help you create contracts and agreements, invoices, commission-free payments, and it even has a messaging system built right in. From there, you can promote yourself and clients can search and find you through their discovery feed. You can do all this by simply setting up a profile complete with current work and even the services that you offer. Where Contra stands out from the rest is that they now have a portfolio feature, which turns your profile into a portfolio, a really good looking portfolio. They've also got some pretty sweet templates that they can offer you with literally the click of a button. You've got your profile, you hit a button, it turns into a beautiful portfolio. Again, just like Framer, Contra is magic. Trust me, having something like this is incredibly beneficial and will allow you to focus more on your services, which is so important, and less bogged down on all the invoicing and messaging and everything that we have to do as freelancers, right? That's the part we're all good at. The Remarkable 2 notebook. The Remarkable 2 has been a game changer for me. It's a digital notebook that makes taking notes and drawing feel much like using a regular pen and paper without having to store multiple notebooks that you'll just toss or lose somewhere, not to mention take up a lot of space on your desk. If you're like me, you have a lot of notebooks, it takes up so much space. Now I don't have a lot of notebooks. I've been using Remarkable 2 for quite a while. You can also easily save your notes and drawings to the cloud and access them from other devices and even import PDFs to write on top of. I do that a lot. I do some studying on things outside of work and I have PDFs and I just draw on top of them or note take on top of them. Absolute game changer. It's got such good organizational features. All those notebooks that I used to have are now just in one simple thing. They're all right here. You can have multiple notebooks on your one Remarkable 2. I mean, it's just so good. It's lightweight, it's portable, so you can take it wherever you go, and you won't have to worry about running out of battery soon because it lasts for weeks on a single charge. I mean, literally, I feel like I charge my Remarkable 2 once a month, maybe once every 2 months. That's literally what it feels like. I'm sure it's probably like every few weeks, but it feels like one charge lasts absolutely forever. And I use it almost every day. Brandable video calls with Whereby. Just like Zoom or Google Hangouts, Whereby is a tool that lets you do video calls, but where Whereby stands out, in my opinion, is that it has a much cleaner design and, my favorite part, you can personalize your branding. This has been another game changer for me. I get comments all the time on how cool my waiting room, the waiting room for my videos. Yes, I make my clients at least wait 1 minute sometimes. I am not organized. That's why I have a Remarkable do, which now makes me organized. There's something weird going on there. But yes, they love my waiting room because it's branded. And then, I don't know, it makes them feel something, I guess. But I always use that. I like to think that they're coming to a professional meeting, right? And every step of the way throughout my process, working with a client needs to be memorable. Memorable. It needs to be memorable. And every little instance you can do, even down to your waiting room on your video calls, is an opportunity. You gotta find those opportunities to stand out. Now, it does cost another $7 a month with a subscription, but if you have clients, there's a massive chance that you're doing video calls constantly. And as a freelancer, our goal is to make the experience working with us as unique as possible so we stand out more than the others. Again, you want to find ways to be different. You want to find ways to be more memorable than the other person that they worked with. Every little detail that you can create, every little detail that you can come up with to be more memorable adds up to one big detail. So Whereby allows you, even with the little waiting room feature that you can brand, to be that one step further memorable than the other freelancer. And that's what we want. That's what we want to do. That's why it's a great tool. Video walkthrough tool like ScreenFlow. Now, speaking of videos, my favorite tool that I use almost daily is ScreenFlow 7. I think 7's out now. ScreenFlow, we'll just say ScreenFlow. It's a screen recorder that lets me record myself walking through my designs, which I can send to my clients as a quick 5 to 10 minute video, and they can watch whenever they have a chance. Now, I find this way more valuable than just emailing designs over or presentations, which take extra time to create. Most times clients aren't paying me to create presentations to them. They're paying me to create work for them, right? So if I could save time on the presentations, which sure, you have a template, it should save you a lot of time anyways, but still, if you could just record yourself walking through your designs in your own voice, sharing your own excitement, speaking to your own reasonings for creating things, it just has so much more value to the client, to your relationship with the client. Constantly hearing your voice, constantly hearing how you explain things. It's another one of those small details that will help you equal that big detail to stand out as a freelancer. Now, because I use ScreenFlow, I also have to upload the video to Dropbox, which is where I store all my work anyways. There are other tools like loom.com that uploads the video for you, so it's more of an all-in-one. I just prefer the rawness of something like ScreenFlow, and I'm already paying for Dropbox anyways, to store my work. So it just makes sense for me. It's easier for my workflow. Loom might be better for your workflow. Another thing I don't like about Loom is the way comments on the videos are outside of where my normal client communication is. So when I share a ScreenFlow via Dropbox link, I'll put it in Slack or I'll put it in email or text message, wherever I'm having my typical conversations with my clients. Now, if they leave a comment on Loom, it's now somewhere else that I might not check. So I always want to use things and keep it as frictionless as possible to keep communication where communication happens. I even notice this sometimes when I share my Figma files. Sometimes I tell clients specifically, do not leave comments in the Figma. Keep them wherever we're having our conversations right now, because I won't check them. So that's just one thing to be aware of if you use something else. You want to keep all your messaging in one place. That's why things like Contra, like we mentioned earlier, is so great, because everything happens right there. There's no separate email here and this other, 10 different Slacks and 10 different emails and all this other stuff. It's all right there just within Contra, which makes Contra a great all-in-one solution. For me, the ultimate client compliment is simple. I love it when clients say that I'm easy to work with. Because when I'm easy to work with, I know I'm doing the important stuff right. Now go try these tools or find your own tools that make your job easier. Remember, we want to work smarter, not harder.